Welcome.
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 Welcome to episode 7 of A Bit of Everything podcast. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Never will, never have. Today's a...
Don't plan on that becoming an issue in the future.
Today's sort of a chill ep. For all my introverts out there, you guys are going to eat this crap up.
Hashtag relatable content.
We'll put this on a silver platter.
Put this on a silver platter, force feed it down your gullet, right? So, yeah, sort of a chill ep. Today we got OT, who is recurring guest. Heck, contributes on the back end, more than you guys know.
I consider myself a technical producer.
Okay, well, he's a TP.
Let's not get carried away.
He's our TP1. TP Uno.
He's a TP1. TP2. He was TP2, and then TP1 moved away.
TP1
went north.
TP1
migrated. Wintertime came. TP1 went north.
TP1 was out. And now he's been promoted to TP1. We're still in search of a TP2. So if any of you guys have any experience TPing, you're second in line to the throne. So
Be TP number 2.
yeah. Our second guest today is none other than Tiana
Good,
or
good.
Tina,
Good.
depending on
How you feel that day?
how you
Yeah.
feel that day. I feel like Tina every day. I don't really call her Tiana anymore.
I feel like Tina none of the days.
Yeah.
because that's not your name.
Yeah.
Do you have a preference?
I would have to say my actual name.
Yeah.
I would have to go with
Yeah.
that.
I almost
People,
Don't know if I've
some
ever-
people are different, but I would have to say that.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever called you Tiana. I didn't know your name was Tiana for a while.
Yeah, that's their fault.
And Tina, it's a fine name. No problems with the name Tina.
Shout out to all the Tinas out there.
Shout out to all the
Yeah.
Tinas.
Come on the
Love
podcast.
to have you on the podcast.
Ellie's mom.
So
Yeah.
sick.
I would be
Ellie's mom?
overjoyed.
Ellie's mom. We'd love to have a Tina ep. A Tina
A
ep.
Tina
pure
exclusive
Tina.
app.
So we could have you, Tina, and we could have other Tinas.
God, that'd be so sick.
From
I think people would love that. I think all our extroverts would love that episode.
That would be insane. It would be bonkers. Tina ep, that's on the docket. No one can stop us.
I would go stupid.
Now this is kind of
I would go silly done.
this is kind of a special episode of the podcast from a TP perspective.
Right.
Because we're test driving the new microphones.
So if you guys made it to the end of the last podcast, we test drove the new microphones then too. But it was sort of like if you test drove it, but you were under the influence.
It's like if you went to test drive a car, but the engine didn't work and you didn't know how to use it.
No, yeah. It's like if you went to test drive it, but you weren't really like, I don't know, like you weren't really paying attention that much. And like,
Your eyes weren't on the road.
you were distracted.
It's like when you go into those Tesla stores where all the Teslas are like in the middle of like a strip mall. That's the
Yeah.
equivalent of test driving. You
Yeah.
could say it was a
Yeah,
test
yeah.
drive.
Yeah.
Not much driving going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Al.
It was
Yes.
just sort of testing, but not a lot home, not a lot home up in the head area. So now we're all in our little areas. Got a solid quarter pounder between my schnoz and the microphone.
It's a
Well,
rule of thumb.
A rule of thumb in the audio
Podcasting industry.
you should be struggling to squeeze a quarter pounder between your mouth
In the microphone.
and the microphone. That's right. That's really the sweet spot. So now we got all that done. Tina, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Your name, age, height, weight.
Wow.
Let's get running into your stats. Sack
40
numbers.
times.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
your 40
What's your
time?
overall?
So what's your vertical?
Speed rating.
Yeah. So you're Tina. We know that.
We know that.
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm not quite sure.
Not
What?
sure.
Are you
You know,
really?
I'm gonna have
Why
to.
not?
I'm gonna guess. Okay.
Well,
Can I
wait.
take a good guess?
Okay.
And we're looking for
Sick.
You know, because the doctors tell me one thing, Someone else
then-
tells
Probably
me
go-
another.
And then
Probably
Bella
go-
tells you she
Another
rattles
thing.
off a few other numbers.
Yeah.
Probably
And
go
then-
off what
and
the
then it's
doctor
just like-
says.
They call you Tiny Tina, but you're actually.
Big
Yeah, but
Tina.
is the doctor right?
You're actually rather big
I wouldn't
for
trust-
a Tina.
I
I'm
wouldn't
pretty
trust-
sure doctor told me I was like
6'3".
5'6",
Oh,
but I'm like
okay.
not 5'6".
Well,
I think I'm
5'6"
like 5'9".
yeah.
How do
Also,
they?
5'9"
that
could
was
be
when I was
stretching
like
it.
13. So
Okay.
that information.
A doctor told me I was like 2'5", but I
that
was
was-
1 year old.
Yeah, that was when
information
I
is
that
no
was when I
longer
was
valid.
born. So it seems like he was
Yes.
lying.
Yeah, I used to be like 7 pounds. I don't know. That was a little bit ago.
I've really put on a weight.
I was saying earlier today, if you would have shown me a picture of myself
My God.
from, if you would have shown me myself today a year ago, I would have thought you were effing crazy.
I don't think you would.
No.
I would have
You
thought.
look pretty much the same.
I would
Yeah.
have thought.
If anything, you're
that-
like a little leaner.
I would have thought that you were effing crazy, and that was a Greek god you just showed me. You know?
Why are you showing pictures of some mythical being?
Why are you showing me pictures of gosh darn Poseidon, and trying to convince me it's me? That's what I would have thought.
That's
Um,
an interesting reaction.
Is
Yeah.
that because of your hair or because of your body type?
A little bit of both. Long flowing hair, big strapping shoulders. No, realistically, I told George this, but I think my body type, like my silhouette, not like my wrinkle. I don't have wrinkles. Like,
My wrinkle
but like,
type.
but like,
My wrinkle type is none. As of
but like
you're in my late
my
teens.
body type is like sort of an old man, and you look at him and you're like, oh, he's staying in shape, and it's not because he's like buff or anything. He's just like
Yeah,
not
but he's like an
fat
old
and a
man. He
little
looks
bit-
good for the way
Yeah.
he
He's
is.
kind of
Yeah.
skinny.
It's like
Yeah.
Aang season 3.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
And
what?
again, as George and I responded, is you're also a young boy.
Yeah,
So
I feel like at
maybe
this
you
point
should-
you should be aiming for you're fit for someone your age, not
Yeah.
someone in their like late like 60s.
Well,
I'm fit for an octogenarian. Let's put it that way.
I don't even know what that is.
If I was 100 years old, I would be insanely fit right now.
Yeah, they say that you reach your peak physical form. I don't know when they say it. When do you reach your peak physical form?
I think like your 20s seems probably because that's when all
Yeah.
the pro sports happen.
True.
I'm waiting on, just praying I get it. I make it to my 20s to see the peak physical
My
form.
God.
You're living fast and loose right now. Not a risk.
You know, you can't just wait around for peak physical form. You gotta like.
as
Well,
soon
you
as
have
I
to-
hit my 20s, I'm pretty sure I'll be
I mean,
jacked.
Yeah.
You can wait around for peak physical form, like at some point, I will peak physical form wise.
Right, but not in the way that you're meaning. If you want to be like, if you want to be in shape, you have to not just play Madden 18 hours a day.
Yeah.
I don't play Madden 18 hours a day. In fact, I've been cutting down recently.
I've been cutting, you could say.
Yeah.
Going cold turkey off of Madden.
No, certainly not cold turkey.
You called me the other day, and this was like me waking up at 6 a.m. and jumping in a cold body of water. You said I was taking the trash out the other day and realized I haven't been outside enough, so let's play pickleball. What?
What part of that is what? I'm not sure.
You haven't. You had to take the trash out to realize like, oh, I should be outside more. Like I feel like you should just be outside enough.
Well, like outside is freaking easy for you guys to do.
Yeah.
Because you're outside, like most of your house is outside.
Yeah.
Like most of the cool parts of your house. Like you guys got, you guys don't know this. They have an outdoor kitchen.
We're
As
in
well as some other amenities. I mean,
We're in it
you know,
right now.
trampoline, lawn.
We're outside now.
Big old lawn, chickens, basketball hoop. I could go on.
I won't.
I won't, due to time. But George, your whole existence is outside.
Yeah.
The same cannot be said for our house.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
No,
Yeah.
I
Because I guess if you're just
yeah.
like if you're just hanging throughout your day, you're like invariably inside.
Yeah, there's no reason to go outside.
All right.
I mean, well, there's a
Respect.
reason to go
To
outside.
take out the trash.
Yeah, to take out the trash. But yeah.
Ben-
Tina, do you go outside?
I do go outside. Yeah.
Respect.
I find myself
Major
going outside.
respect.
Major respect to that.
That's freaking
Yeah.
baller.
Well,
So
That's a
deep.
super
know.
sick move.
I know.
so
I started doing it, and
you
it's
have
just,
you have
As
an
soon as
apartment and you
I
have
can't
and
stop,
you
yeah.
have your home and you have
Yeah.
an apartment. Where do you find yourself outside more?
most definitely at my home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. I
What do
just
you
feel,
do?
I
You collect
feel-
snails? If you did,
I did do that when I was younger.
'Cause
One
there's a lot of
time-
snails at your
This is
house.
an interesting
Classic.
anecdote. There was one time when I was like, and I don't know if it was a dream or if this is a memory.
yeah.
That has to do with snails. I would say that I was around the age of like 7, and in the middle of the night at like 2 a.m. I knew there were going to be snails outside. Like I just knew, and I
Right.
wanted to go pick them up. And so I like got up, and I did just that
That's
You
sort of
went
like
outside?
in the middle of the night,
I don't know what that.
And
That's like
were there-
Harry Potter or something.
and put them in like
That's just gotta
well
be a
because it was a
dream.
rainy day.
Yeah.
It was a rainy day.
Yeah.
The
Wait, how
day
old are you?
before.
6?
Couldn't have been older than 7.
And how tall were you?
Probably still 5'6".
And your weight, you know, we can
I don't
we can
think
actually
I'm that
solve
now.
for that
You're-
based on the
you're-
height. So
Well, no, but I'm not 5'6". We figured that out.
right.
When you were 12, you were.
Yeah. Now,
Wait, what are the odds? What's the over/under on that being a dream versus real?
yeah.
No, I
I'm
think
saying
it was real. I
What?
really do.
that's like
I would do
weirdly.
something like
I don't know
that.
what that's from, but that's from something fictional.
Yeah, that's
you
from
know?
like
No,
a
it's
weird
just-
like fever dream
It's
part.
just
Calling
like
her a liar. That's
Well, there's a
definitely
little more context,
non-truth, I guess.
like that time I was doing that, but I would do it during the day. I would collect the snails, and
Yeah.
I knew that prime time for snails was going to be in the middle of
I
the
think
night.
it's just
And that-
the image I'm
And was
getting
it?
is like
Yes.
someone like
Okay.
some like little girl very in touch with nature. Like
yeah,
I woke up because I knew the snails would be there.
yeah,
you know?
they were calling.
but like
Yeah,
I had
exactly.
no end game. It was like pick them up. Okay, now what do you do?
Well, yeah.
Got 'em.
What's our game here?
Yeah.
6-year-olds don't often have end games.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
I had no
Yeah.
master plan at 6 years old.
Pick up the snails. What next?
What do we do with
What's
them?
phase 2?
Can you cook any sort of snail, or is that sort of a?
Escargot.
Well, yeah, I know,
Is that
but
a-
I'm
yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
My dad.
could you just do
Oh,
any
is it
old
a special
snail,
kind?
my
or would
dad-
you get bacteria with that?
My dad in college, he studied like ag business at Cal Poly, which he didn't end up doing, but he had to do like some senior project or something, and he went and like interned. He interned at a snail farm, where these old like guys.
Gross, first of all.
First and foremost, gross. These old
Icky,
guys
slimy.
like farm snails to make into escargot. So probably there were maybe some like special type.
There's probably good profit in that. The
Yeah.
snails
Yeah.
can't cost a lot. to-
Yeah.
to
Just
farm.
pick them up.
You
They're
pick 'em
basically
up.
just on the ground. Like,
Yeah.
they're kind of everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
like a plant more than an
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah, it kind of is. If there are any snails listening, we don't mean any offense. You know, it's
Come on the
just
podcast.
sort of a fact of nature that you guys are closer to plants than animals. I saw this guy on Instagram who like eats fungus, but like
I don't
edible
like
fungus.
that. I don't like that.
Wait, like mushrooms, like out in the
Well,
forest.
are mushrooms fungus? I think
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
leaning towards yes.
They're like
So
the
I think-
classic fungus. Type.
Yeah.
They're fun guy.
Yeah.
So
Do you know this joke? That joke?
Yes.
Where it's like the mushroom goes to a bar and he like gets all drunk.
I'm a fun guy.
Yeah. And he's like causes some ruckus and the police come. He's like, come on, I'm a fun guy.
That's
Yeah. It's a fine joke. It's nothing special.
good. Don't lead with that in your stand-up. You know, throw it
yeah.
in the middle.
That joke doesn't really bring anything to the table that, you know.
Well,
that
it's a
it-
dad joke.
well,
It's just like
You
not
know.
a very funny
I don't
joke.
think
sort
he
of a
would-
cop
yeah.
Don't think that would find any place in anyone's
Yeah.
stand-up.
I'm a fun guy. I feel like saying that sounds sort of Italian. I can't.
You were big on Italian. You watched The Irishman, bits of The Irishman.
Yeah, I
today.
watched bits of the Irish. Well, George and we watched it together a long time ago. Well, just when it came out.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. And then I thought it was pretty cool, and it's on Netflix.
It's a good movie, yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
And also, I mean, dude, Scorsese, bro,
Genius.
genius.
But since you watched that, you've been saying things like episode. That sounds Italian. What? Come on, that's just English.
Episode. Episode. It could be a type of pasta.
If you change the way you say it,
Yeah.
then
Exactly.
If you
No,
put anything in
obviously,
an
if you change
Italian
the way you
accent.
say it. I mean, if you say any Italian word in an English accent, it doesn't. An American accent, it doesn't sound Italian.
Yeah, I guess so.
Pizza.
I think-
Oh, pizza.
I think fettuccine still sounds pretty Italian.
Yeah.
If even
Fettuccine.
What-
But it sounds more Italian if you say it like that.
yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
No, episode.
Okay. Speaking of
I'm onto something there.
That has
Actually,
got
take with that and run. Just go with it.
yeah.
Do you guys like watch movies? I feel like
That's a good question.
I feel like
So
when
bad.
I will have no problem listening to like throughout the day while I'm doing other things or like whatever, listening to like a 3-hour podcast. Like if it's like a political podcast or whatever it is, I'll like
Yeah,
listen to a
that's-
3-hour podcast.
That's freaking light work.
But I see like a 75-minute movie, like that's a big time commitment. I can't do
75-minute
that.
movie is also
That's
super short.
That's short, yeah. But like a 2-hour movie, I see that as like too
Yeah.
big of a time commitment.
Yeah,
Because
that's
you're
true.
multitasking with the podcast. Of course, it's going to go by faster.
Yeah.
You don't have to
that's
pay much
true.
attention.
You can do
But
other things.
I would even still like watching 2 hours of a show or of YouTube or
Yeah.
that doesn't seem like that much at all.
But a movie.
Watching a 2-hour movie, it's
I
just
guess
like
because it's like one long thing. Like 2 hours
Yeah.
it kind of like breaks up in your mind more.
it's sort of bite.
I mean,
Also, like if you're watching 2 hours of The Office, every little subplot is only 20 minutes, so
Yeah.
you're being engaged like
yeah.
quicker.
6 times. compared
high
to one.
intensity.
I'll watch
training.
a 45-minute Minecraft YouTube video like it's nothing.
I'll watch a
True.
2-hour Madden franchise mode rebuild video.
Yeah,
Like it's
but The
frickin'-
Irishman,
That's
that's
something,
I'll
though.
get to that like when I'm retired.
I kind of watched. Yeah, it's 3 hours and 29 minutes. Crazy long.
I'll get to The Irishman when I have Ashton's body type.
Yeah. And it's that's provided that you're staying in shape, George.
Oh, which I plan on. don't-
George could get fat.
No, I think I could.
So
I gained
easily.
weight. No, I gained weight like faster than you. Like I was like 210, and then this guy was like, at the gym I go to, he was like, "Oh, we could get you up to 225," and I was like, "Yeah, right." And then like 3 days later, I got on a scale and I was 220, like out of nowhere.
George,
And
it literally took me. I went to like the gym for a little bit. Like a year ago.
yeah.
Never gone back since. Experiencing some pretty severe muscle atrophy, but it took me like 3 months to gain like 9 pounds, and that was like trying very hard, like making a conscious effort to eat more. I was like working out.
Yeah.
Just
like,
wait till you get
3
to
or 4
college.
times a week.
Just wait till those freshmen 15, man.
I'm freaking. I hope.
Yeah, me
I don't
too.
buy it honestly. I don't think that.
I didn't buy it.
Did
I
you
gained
gain-
like I feel like I gained. I don't know about like. I don't exactly remember how much I weighed like senior year of high
It
school.
was like 157.
I feel like it was less than
Definitely
that.
gained.
I feel like it was less than that. But like I feel like it was like in the 140s.
Well, that's what I'm at.
And yeah, no, I mean I feel like that's about where I was because I was probably a little skinnier than you and a little taller. So like maybe that's about
Yeah.
right. But like now I'm like between like 170 and 175.
Hmm.
So that's like what, freshman 40?
But you're a
Yeah.
How about
junior or a senior even.
Yeah,
College
but most of
forge.
that.
The 3 years of just growing into my body 40.
Most of that was your freshman year though.
Probably I think it was like 25 to 30 pounds. I gained freshman
Crazy
year.
amount. George, what's crazy that I think about, I could gain conceivably 50 pounds and not be fat.
Yeah. That is
Like even 60 or 70. Like
Well, you could gain 50 pounds and definitely be fat.
yeah. It depends how you.
well, if I
it
gain
depends what
60
you're-
pounds of fat, then
Yeah, you'd be fat.
But like I could gain Because George, like, do you have any muscle left to gain? Like, you can't just keep adding muscle. Like, there's a
think
limit
you
to that.
Yeah, but
There's
more
no
than
limit.
me. I'm not like. Have you seen Muscle Man? That's not the word.
Have you seen the Muscle Man?
Bodybuilders,
Have
I
you
think
ever
is-
seen?
Ever seen Muscle Man?
Have you even seen Muscle Man?
They're really strong, and they just keep glowing.
No, muscles are huge.
Yeah, I asked Big Mike. Speaking of Big Mike, he'll give you nux, right? If you're looking for nux, you go to Big Mike.
Who's Big Mike?
Your thirst is instantly quenched.
Shout out Variant.
Yeah, Variant
Variant.
Training
Just
Lab.
kidding.
Oh, not our
Go to
neighbor?
Titan.
Go to Titan.
Big Mike. We have a neighbor named Mike, and he's big. I'll give him that. I'll give
Size
him
meets the
big.
requirement.
He walks his dog 4 to 6 times a day.
True.
What
Which
kind of
is
dog
great.
That's a
it?
freaking
Yeah, what
high
kind of
maintenance
dog
dog.
Small dog.
Small. I
Wait,
want to
does
say
he have-
terrier.
does he have
Terrier.
multiple? Or what?
Could be multiple dogs. I feel like
Does he do 'em one by
Mrs.
one?
Mike
'Cause
walks
that's just
one,
maybe.
Mr.
not
Mike walks the
efficient.
other. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Happens.
Sometimes together. Even.
Now,
Yeah.
Tina,
Oh.
you don't have neighbors. What's that like for you?
Well, I have one technically close family that lives close by.
Do you live on like a ranch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Explain your living
Tina has
situation.
it's
Okay.
agricultural land.
So
Partly.
yeah,
It's a plot of arable land. I think I'll say that much.
yeah. Yeah, so one house with people in it close to me, but it's not the same proximity as like a regular neighborhood.
How
You can't even
neighbors.
see them.
is it on the same land or is it on different ranch?
We're all on the same
It's
land.
on the same land. Yeah, it's kind of hard to explain.
George,
Just
you
gotta
know
be
what they
there.
Yeah, you
say,
just gotta be there.
Google Maps.
This land is your land. This land is my land. And
This
From
land is
shining
New York
mountains
Island.
to New York
That's
City. Yeah, something around there.
Something like that.
Something
From
along
the
those
New
lines.
York Islands to the redwood forests.
Is that soil quite fertile or no?
Is that rich fertile
Tiana,
soil? And
tell
by
us-
the way, I have to slip this in here. No matter the history class you're taking, rich fertile soil will be a primary topic of discussion for the entire year. It doesn't matter. It could be frickin' ancient world history,
Or like,
U.S. history,
yeah, any history.
any
Because we
history.
need food, I guess. so
Yeah,
that's how
like,
we
Yeah,
For
but it's
most-
almost like it's kind of a given. Like, oh, they lived here and they got food here.
Well, no, because
Oh, whoa.
most of
Wow,
human
so
history,
cool.
most of human history was just us desperately trying to get more food.
Fertile
Yeah.
soil was definitely an answer on a history test. Like
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
it.
yeah. You
Like
can
I
pretty
remember
much put
studying
that-
for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like-
in the South they have rich fertile soil.
Yeah.
Boom.
Why did
the
people
frickin-
Why did people starve? Lack of rich fertile
If
soil.
you see
Right.
fertile soil on a test, pick that
Pick it.
answer.
Yeah.
Just-
Why?
It depends on the test, but
No,
kind of not
it's-
really.
No.
doesn't-
Yeah. It's also not,
A stats test.
Yeah, if it's close, if
If-
the test is like, if there's a chance that rich fertile soil is the answer, it is the answer.
yeah.
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 And there's always a chance that we're
There's always a chance. Never tell me the odds that the answer is rich fertile soil. Speaking of neighbors, we weren't speaking of neighbors, but we had
We
been.
were.
We
We
were.
absolutely
The
were.
lack
Right.
of
No, I'm
neighbors.
saying just now we weren't, but we had been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But more so the lack
Ot, we have this
of neighbors.
neighbor.
thereof.
We have this neighbor. Well, let me explain to you the whole saga. For our entire childhood, we had this neighbor named Peggy. Now, Peggy was an old lady.
When we were babies, she was an old lady.
When we were babies, she was not just like, oh, she's what I'm trying to say is she's just old. She was always old. She was always like pretty old.
She's
Like,
been
even
old
for an old lady.
She's
Yeah.
been like ancient for decades.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
It's like Queen Elizabeth.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know her
exactly.
actual age?
No. Can't be less than 95.
How old's Grandma Elizabeth?
97.
97. Grandma
That's an
Elizabeth.
old grandma.
Not Ben's real grandma.
No.
Ben's neighbor. Former neighbor.
Former neighbor.
Did she die?
No, still alive.
No, but he moved house.
Oh,
Wow.
true. So
I'm-
she could have died.
No.
Well,
she
we
didn't.
still know her.
You still know her?
Yeah.
Kept ties?
Yeah, because my mom goes like grocery shopping for her. 'Cause,
Oh, that's freaking dope.
That's nice.
Yeah. She's freaking awesome.
yeah,
yeah.
she's cool. She'd come to our Super Bowl, the Super Bowl
Came to our
party.
Super Bowl party.
Nice.
That's fun.
That might be like kind of a freaking wild card. I don't know, like just random little old lady there.
Well,
Exactly.
everyone knows her.
Yeah.
Everyone knows and loves her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's revered.
It's Grandma Elizabeth, but continue.
She shields her ears when someone swears at the football game, though. She's this old dainty lady.
When some of these meat brains swear at the football game.
I feel like if you live to 97, you're not covering your ears when you hear swearing. You're like,
You can't
you're
hear.
slapping people around.
Or you
Yeah.
just can't
You're
hear.
strong.
you
Yeah.
just can't hear.
Yeah. You're just not present, really, at all.
If you lived in 97, when someone swears, you're senile.
Okay, let me put it. If you live to 97 and you're going to a Super Bowl party,
Yeah.
You're not like,
you're-
oh.
yeah,
You're
you're not
like-
frail. You're
No, yeah,
slapping
that's
people
that's
around.
kind of incredible. Like to be 97 and still.
So
Yeah,
long.
still kicking.
To
Yeah.
think about where the world is going to be in 90, it feels like the world won't be around.
Well, George,
anymore.
careful.
Why?
We're 17, so 97 years from now, we would not be 97.
Okay, my bad.
I forgot we weren't 0 years old.
Oh yeah.
Okay, should we get back to
Just
the?
want you to be careful there, George.
You want to get back?
Um,
So
Yeah, so the saga is she was basically very old, sort of your classic old lady, like talks for a long time about like what things were like when she was younger. And so we had not seen her, I want to say, like, we saw her pretty consistently going on walks, doing whatever.
when we were in like elementary school.
Yeah, and then I want to say 6th grade or 5th grade, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe even before that, maybe like 4th grade. When I was in 4th grade, we kind of stopped seeing her as much. And then she made, like for a few years we didn't see her. And then I feel like she made an appearance like once when I was probably like in 7th grade or something.
Yeah, like
Did
years
she
ago.
still
Years
live
ago.
in the house?
We
Yeah,
had no
same
idea.
house. Well, we didn't know, and
Yeah.
then we knew because we saw her, obviously.
Like
But
4 or 5 years
We
ago.
were pretty shocked that she was still alive. That the first time she reappeared.
Which was like
Because
5 years ago.
It was like 5 years ago. It had been, like a pretty long time since we had last seen her. We thought that she had passed away. Then we saw her the other day,
on Thanksgiving.
What was the last time
On
you saw her? 5
Thanksgiving.
years ago?
probably 5 years ago. Yeah.
And then
Wow.
we saw her like a couple weeks ago.
This
on
is insane.
Thanksgiving.
What
I
the
don't.
heck?
It's hard for the listeners to understand the gravity of this.
Mm,
But
I-
from our perspective, she had been dead for like 8 years.
Yeah.
That's
then she just-
crazy.
and then she just
was she just
resurfaced.
holed up in a house for that whole time?
I
Or you probably
guess
just never crossed
so.
paths.
I don't know.
No,
That's weird because she.
You
For 5 years.
5
that's-
years you cross paths
Well,
with
I've
a
got
neighbor.
I've got neighbors like right across the street, but
But they got a
they're
gate, George.
actively reclusive.
Yeah,
Mm.
and also I've seen them before.
I've seen them like
I saw them the other week.
probably 5 times in my life, but even no, probably a little more, but like not many.
Well, I bet if you set up a camera that was always pointed at their driveway, and then you look back at the footage, you'd see them sometimes.
Yeah.
That sounds illegal though. At least very.
I'm not
creepy.
saying you should do it. I'm just saying if you don't do it, you're a hypocrite.
Or you could just constantly look through your Ring camera if you have one.
True.
Across
the
George
street,
doesn't have
yeah.
one though.
Or I could just
Yeah,
stand
they
there
don't
and
have one?
stare
Yeah.
at
Do
the
you not
house.
have one?
That's
I feel
also
like
an
I had a
option.
misconception that you had one, and then turns out you didn't, and I was crestfallen.
My world was
Definitely
shattered.
from a
Yeah.
vocab book
Yeah.
Yeah.
from school.
Yeah.
Well, I remember
Shout out.
that. Yeah.
Whoever
Yeah.
It's
taught
not
me
the
that.
core of the curriculum. It's certainly not the core of the curriculum,
So
as Miss Williams would say. Every time we did anything related to our vocab book, she'd say, it's not the core of the curriculum, but it's important. It's
Oh,
like,
Yeah.
okay.
I've got an anecdote about this. Okay, so we were in. So I had English, I think like second period, and I had math first period. And that was across the campus. And so I was in math class, and this.
George's got a ring.
That's cute.
I made a ring out of this thing that ties up our XLR cords.
That's Shawn Mendes-esque.
that really is.
So
would
so
do.
I was sitting in math class, right? And this girl that was in my class asked me. She was like panicking. She's like, I didn't do the vocab, and we have English next period.
Oh, dude, not a big deal.
And I was
feel
like, yeah, nobody. She's like, oh, can I see yours? I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. So I give it to her. She's like copying it down, whatever. And then our math teacher saw her copying it down.
Yeah.
I remember
And she's
that.
like, and like normally you just be like, okay, stop doing that. Like this is math class. You got to be doing math,
Yeah.
not English. But like she was so mad that she escorted me and this girl to our next class to show Miss Williams, our teacher, our English teacher, that we
Oh my
were cheating
gosh.
on the vocab.
Literally only
The
Bishop teachers would do that.
Yeah.
So she walked us across campus to the class, and
That
like
is
this girl was like
crazy.
freaking out, and like she started crying, and then we get to Miss Williams' class, and
She's like, I don't care.
Yeah, the teacher hands over the thing. He's like, I caught these two like copying this or whatever. And Miss Williams is like, okay, like, thank you, I'll talk to them. And then as soon as she left, she's like, I don't care.
Yeah.
She's like, it's fine.
It's just
it's
like
not
not
the core
a
of the
big deal.
curriculum.
Yeah.
That's what she
I don't
said.
know why some teachers go out of their way, like, specifically to get you in trouble and
Yeah.
like what was the point? It's
Some
just
teach-
a
I feel like
vocab,
if I was a teacher, I've said this before, I'd be pretty forgiving. I feel like
But who doesn't think that? Is there anyone who sets out to be a teacher like, I'm gonna be an asshole to these kids, man. They will not
Well,
have fun in my class.
I feel like I would make an effort to not be that. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like every teacher would though, and then they learned that high school students are like terrible.
Yeah.
And they're like, I'm gonna freaking screw these
Well,
kids
some
over.
of them are, but like
Some of them aren't.
honestly,
But a
like
lot of them kind of are.
Yeah, I would say like a lot
Yeah.
are.
But like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't know. Like teachers are weird about late work. Let's just take this
Yeah.
as an example. I would not be strict about late work even at all. I don't think it'd just be like, okay, well, you still learned the thing, and maybe you had something else going on. Maybe you just forgot.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you procrastinate, and that's something that you just got to figure out.
Yeah, I think there are.
And I'm gonna encourage you to figure it out. But like, I don't know. I wouldn't be like, oh, like, no, you don't get credit for that. No,
well,
you
I
didn't learn
guess
it.
that's how they teach you to figure it out.
Yeah.
I feel like it just does.
No, but
Maybe.
I've had teachers like what Ashton's talking about, and like I feel like the class is just like they're just like they like to teach you more, and they just like the learning experience more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you like and like respect the teacher, you're probably more likely to not turn in late work, maybe.
Yeah. But I think also like that might also like be teachers not wanting to grade like a lot of stuff at random times.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could get annoying if everything's like in at one time and you can just grade it all and not have to like go back 2 weeks later and like grade some random other thing. But I don't even know if that'd be bad.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if you're like
I've got some late work pending that I forgot to turn in.
Oh yeah.
well,
And
yeah.
I-
What's that like in college? I was actually thinking about that like last night.
So,
Are
like,
they just
it's-
like, oh, I'm not gonna
They
like,
say it
oh,
like,
you missed your
okay,
window.
Some
like,
will say it
feels like-
before in the syllabus, like miss work is half, like just so they have to like get it out of the way. Or some will, like, you know, if you email them, they'll be like, all right, I'll give you the credit. Sometimes
Yeah.
deadlines are extended after you turn in work. It just honestly depends on the professor.
It depends a lot, honestly, because we'll see now. I did this assignment like 2 days early, and then I just like completely forgot to turn it in because I was gonna go look over it one more time and
that
then turn
happens
it in.
whenever I do things early because I rarely do
Yeah.
things early.
Yeah.
If I ever do, I'm so used to being in a frickin' not in a race to turn it in, but just like, okay, I got to turn it in right now because I just finished it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
I always forget.
Yeah, so I forgot, and I did this thing 2 days early, and I saved it. So like the timestamp is on there that I did it on the 7th, and it was due on the 8th.
Yeah.
I guess that's 1 day early, but yeah. So I turned it in on the 10th. I turned it in today because I totally forgot about it, and I emailed the professor today, and so we'll see. It'll be a live test. We'll get back to you and
Which
see,
professor was
see if I
this?
get credit. Computer science.
How big?
Computer science. She looks like a student. I thought she was a
no,
student.
that's the programming one. I
Yeah.
thought the same thing.
Yeah, no, that's
Oh, wait,
the
it's
class.
That's-
computer science?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Intro to
okay,
it's
okay.
comp sci 185, but it's
Comp
Comp
sci.
Comp sci, poli sci,
I saw a
ag
yeah.
biz.
I saw a TikTok that said comp sci majors be like, oh man, this intro to showering class is really tough.
That's funny. That's
That's
actually
kinda
funny. Some of the stereotypes about computer science majors are like kind of true.
Is that
I-
what you are or no?
No,
You're
I'm a business. Well, so I'm an ISBA major, which is it's a major in the
Those are just
business school.
letters. Those are just
They're
letters,
just
Oliver. I
letters.
hate to break it
Don't
to you.
Those are just
don't let
letters.
me translate them into the words they represent because it'll make even less sense.
What is it?
Information
Does it start with-
systems.
oh, I thought I was gonna start with international.
No. Information systems, business analytics.
Oh.
I think I
Yeah.
understand more that you said that.
Yeah.
More than just the
Well,
letters.
let me
yeah,
do a
it doesn't
guess.
make less sense.
This is
this
not
would've
really a
been-
guess because I've already
Yeah,
known
it
what
would've
it
been a
is,
guess.
But let me do what would have been a guess. International softy
No, software,
business
maybe.
software. International software.
Softies.
Yeah, what?
It's for softies. Well, Oliver's kind of a softie. So.
Softie.
He's a big old softie.
I'm probably gonna go with science, like sci.
International science.
Sci. Sci and science have different.
Business.
No, it's
different
in
letters.
science
I forgot the
biz,
last letter.
George.
A is
In
the last
science
letter.
biz.
In science.
In science biz.
I'm an in-sci major.
International science.
No, so I have
Science
to,
all around the globe.
So there's kind of this meme that like, so I'm in the business school, but I have to take some classes for my major that are computer science classes. So they're in the computer science school. And so there's a bunch of computer science majors in these classes. And it's kind of like a meme. I think I even talked about this last episode I was on, but like that the computer science students are just like very awkward and like the breakout rooms are terrible.
Oh my gosh.
But
yeah.
we were in class. We were in class today. I had this class today, and there's this one kid in the class who's like always kind of just like saying things that
That's
like
the
just
worst.
don't need. That's the worst when people say.
Yeah.
F that kid, man.
If that kid's listening would hate to have him on.
That's
the
that's
podcast.
rich coming from people making a podcast right now. We're mad at people for saying
Yeah,
things.
saying things that don't need to be said.
But
But,
we're
uh,
saying very important things.
Yeah.
So he kind of just like goes out of his way to like say things that like don't need to be said, kind of in a way that makes me feel like he's like LARPing as like a coder, like a programmer,
Oh.
and he's taking an introduction to computer science class.
Yeah, that's
And-
you're not that.
And you can tell that when he's saying things, like I don't know that much about computer science. I'm also taking an introduction to computer programming class, but I can tell that he doesn't know what he's talking
Yeah.
about, which is kind of funny.
That's the freaking that's that effect, the Dunning-Kruger effect. You guys know that effect?
Yeah, it's a good
No.
effect.
It's basically that. Like I think your confidence in a subject is like it's like a parabola where it's like high to begin with when you actually don't know that much, and then it's low when you know kind of an intermediate amount,
Yeah, you know enough
and then it
to
goes
know you
back
don't
up
know
when you're
anything.
actually an expert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
I have an effect named after me. I named it myself. I think there is a real I think there is a real name, but no one knows it, so I
What's
don't
the
really care
effect?
about it. It's do you know when you hear a word and then start hear a word for the first time, and then you start noticing it everywhere?
Yes, yeah.
That's the Tracewell effect. That's the George Tracewell effect if you're being formal.
That's good. I
So
like
spread the good word, because there's some other dumb name for it, but really, who cares?
It's
Yeah.
a worse name for it. It's less descriptive.
I think generally people hate the other name for it. So I'm sort of the hero of this situation.
My experience with people's opinions of whatever the other name for it is that they hate it
Yeah.
Okay, so
unanimously.
the Dunning-Kruger guy.
It's really funny.
So we were in class today, and so I have a screenshot of my phone right now. Maybe I'll pass it around of the Zoom chat
Or just show it.
that was in class. I don't know if we can. I don't think I can like post this. I don't know. I don't really want to do that. But
Can I see it?
Just read it.
yeah.
Read them all.
So it's like a bunch of like either snippets of code that people are like, is this right, or like errors that people are getting, and like why is this happening? And then in the middle, it's this guy. Hey, a deer. I don't know if I can read this. Hey, a deer just came out of the woods and slammed into my car. Be right back.
What?
So like, he's either completely lying in his room, just like, how can I spice this up? Or
Yeah.
he's literally like on Zoom in his car in the woods.
That's
Yeah.
terrible.
So
Yo, why?
Say send a pic.
So like, I'm
frickin-
like, is this guy like
Turn your camera on.
sitting in his car,
In
like
the woods?
like programming like on a laptop and also on Zoom?
He said
In
the
the
deer
woods?
ran into his car.
Yeah, from the woods.
So is his car in motion while?
Yeah,
Or
I
is
mean-
he stationary and the deer just came headlong into
Well-
his car? Oh, I gotta let the chat know.
Yo, BRB though.
Oh, so like, what are you gonna resuscitate the deer?
Yeah.
Like, no, you're
Yo,
not.
I gotta go deal with this deer.
Well, so I took it
Gotta
to
find a
mean
way to revive him.
I didn't think that he was driving his car.
Look,
Because that would be weird. Like,
That would be so
Just a
irresponsible.
crazed deer just came out.
yeah. So I pictured him like sitting in his driveway, like for some reason doing class in his car, and then a deer runs out and just runs in. That makes less
No.
sense.
No
now that I
matter
say it.
Sounds
what,
like-
and all of the possible situations are bizarre.
A deer just ran into my car. Sounds like the beginning of some
no,
bad
a
little.
deer came out of the woods.
Came out of the woods and ran into my car. Sounds like the beginning of this, like a bad little one-liner. Like
Yeah.
something along the lines of like 3 guys walk into a bar.
Yeah.
So a deer comes out of the woods and runs into my car.
Yeah.
BRB, I gotta go deal with this.
So
Yeah.
It gets better
Maybe
from
it
here.
was
though.
just a joke, and he was
Wait,
just trying out
is
a
there
joke.
more?
Well, there's kind of more.
Okay.
So he sent that message, and then like 10 minutes later, we were like in the middle of doing some sort of computer science thing, and
Comp sci
he
thing.
unmutes his mic and he's like, "Hey guys, sorry, I'm back."
Oh, we missed you, bud.
I don't know, Professor. I don't know if you saw my chat. Yeah. And it's funny because there's a Zoom recording. Class was recording, so we can go back and watch this moment.
Yeah.
Can we-
We're not gonna post it because that's weird. But
Yeah.
so sorry. Hey, hey, Professor. Sorry. I'm back. I don't know if you saw my message. A deer ran into my car, and and I had to deal with that. But I'm back now. And what did I miss? That's what he said. And the professor just goes, "Yep, I saw the message. We're just still on the same thing."
Yeah.
Like it was just like, why are you telling me this? I saw the message. It's just irrelevant information from the beginning.
Stop it.
I don't know why you're telling me this.
Yeah, probably the
Yeah.
least weird was if he would be like lying just to get out of the
Okay.
assignment.
Yeah, right.
I feel like a normal.
He came back and was like, "Hey guys, I'm back."
I feel like an everyday thing happened. Like his mom was like, "Dinner's ready," and he went and ate dinner, but he was like, "I can't tell them that."
Yeah.
He's like, "It has to be better than that." That's
Yeah.
what I feel like.
Gotta
happened.
make
The funny thing is though that like everybody does this class with their mic off and their camera off. So
Yeah.
he could have gone and had dinner. He could have taken a shower.
And
he
he
could have
could-
dealt with the deer, and nobody would have known that
Yeah.
he was ever gone.
How long
Yeah.
was he gone for? Do you like?
That's
Yeah.
that's actually an interesting question because I see the message in the chat and then there's another message that's someone else of having a problem. Like it's another like snippet of code. Yeah, and then he came back sometime after the second message was sent. So he was probably gone for like more than 5 minutes, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
But
that long enough
probably
to deal
well-
with a real whole deer?
Yeah, less than
Yeah.
10. I would say
Lug
less
off a
than 10.
deer carcass or like give it mouth to mouth or something.
Butcher it.
Making
You know
out
what
with a deer.
I think it might be harder to fight a deer than like a leopard, and I think that's probably not true. But it seems like a
No, it's
leopard.
not. You're
or
right.
more-
It's not.
No, it's not.
I'm calling
It's
out
actually
your
a super
BS.
good instinct. It's not harder.
Well,
No, because a deer, how do you deal with that? It can just run into you. A
The
leopard,
antlers.
you could wrestle in some way, but I think I could never
well,
kind
we
of.
get
should
a
test
handle
this
on a
out
deer.
because there's constantly deer at my house, like right outside.
You
You
should
know.
wrestle
Yeah.
one and
So
see
we
if
should
it
And then
test
I'll
kills
that.
you.
import a
Dude,
leopard.
deer
and we'll
have-
have you wrestle that.
See which one kills you.
We'll test it out.
That's actually not a little bonus, like for if we ever have like some sort of paid version of the podcast.
Yeah.
Tiana
That's like our
fight-
OnlyFans.
Yeah. Fight a deer
Tiana
and
wrestling
then
a deer.
and then a leopard and see which one kills her.
No, there's like a big thing of like who would win a fight, like a silverback gorilla or like
yeah.
a grizzly bear. Like
I
that's
I wanna say the gorilla so much.
Really?
Me too.
I think
Oh,
the
I want to say
grizzly.
I wish it was the gorilla.
it should be the
It
gorilla.
should be. It has to be the gorilla.
I love
If it's the
bears.
bear, I'm gonna do something drastic. If it's the bear,
Really.
I will.
Someone's got to set that up.
cut
Some
my
rich
hair
guy with
really
no
short.
ethics. Has to,
Yeah, definitely.
some morally bankrupt
Yeah.
billionaire has to set
Just
that
has to-
fight up.
and then it's all like,
Live
oh,
stream
this
that for
they're
us.
so bad. You know, how could they? But it's also sort of like,
You wanted to see it.
or it's a sort of like, yeah, everybody's kind of covertly cheering them on. I had an experience in Zoom school that really boiled my blood. Oh gosh, that's a terrible noise. It really boiled my blood today.
Wait, what was
happened
it that boiled
in
your blood?
school? It was an incident in Zoom school. So, I go to Bishop. We have a theology class. Our
Ugh.
theology teacher.
Just ad lib there. Ugh. Gross.
I'm disgusted.
Yeah. We have a theology class. Now, theology class, I normally don't like it. It's normally pretty boring.
But
Our
it's easy.
theology it's easy.
Yeah.
Our theology teacher this year, I like him. He makes me like the class more.
We've
Now,
mentioned him before on the
interesting.
podcast.
From
Have
my
we?
Yeah.
from my observations of the class,
It's just not theology.
yeah, it's possible that you like it more because there's less dry, boring theology, and there's actually no theology.
Yeah.
There's so much less that it's actually zero.
Yeah. So he was just in this class. So Bishop was fully online a little bit ago for a while. We switched to hybrid, where some people stayed at home and some people went to in person. I stayed home. If any of you guys were wondering, I don't know if that piqued your interest at all. Maybe a little bit. So when we were fully online, everybody's just kind of gotten a little fatigued with cameras, turning their cameras on. So really, in most of my classes, most people have their camera off. In theology, it was particularly bad. It was the only people with their cameras on consistently were me and this kid Joey, and it's actually pretty hilarious because he turns his camera on and then he just goes on his iPad, and it's just clearly not paying attention.
He like wants to rat himself out.
Yeah, it's like rubbing it in that like.
Look at me, guys. No, he's a baller.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a baller for sure. So we were the only people with our cameras on. So when it was fully online and almost no one had their cameras on, I had sort of a conscience about having my camera on because I was like, they're just freaking speaking to a bunch of black screens.
Yeah.
That I feel like that would suck as a teacher. When we switched to hybrid and it's about 50-50 in person and in class, I always have my camera off because they're getting all the faces that they want in person.
Get
They
more
see
faces
right.
than I could ever dream
yeah, so
of.
I don't really care anymore. I have no conscience about it anymore. Mr. Barr and a student were chatting, like before class officially started. And Mr. Barr was like, they're in some conversation. Then Mr. Barr said, like look at this. And he pointed to the screen of all the Zoom people having their cameras off.
Uh-huh.
And then the student who was off screen, I didn't know who it was, but it wasn't me or Joey because we were both online.
Mm-hmm.
And I am me, so I know it wasn't me.
That's so true.
The only reason I could rule out being me is because I was online.
That's what ultimately tipped me off to it not being me. And the student that he was talking to said, "Oh yeah, I know, it's terrible." And I wanted to say, "Hey dude, F you, shut the F door."
Jeez.
Wow.
Wait.
You were just not happy at all.
Wait, this
You were
student.
fuming.
I wasn't that mad. I wanted to say shut up though, because this is a guy who never had his camera on. I don't know who it was, but this guy never had his camera on.
Because nobody did.
Yeah, because nobody did, and now it's like, okay, the teacher sees all the faces, and this guy's like, yeah, it's terrible. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, like,
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
as
that's-
if like this
that's
guy.
terrible.
Okay,
We gotta
I'm gonna
track this
retract
kid
my
down.
statement that I wanted to say F you, shut the F door. That's a little too extreme. I didn't want to say all of those.
Rubbed
things.
you the wrong way.
Some of those
It
things.
definitely rubbed me the wrong way because
That's,
it's like,
I mean,
dude,
that's
shut
all
up.
annoying.
Disrespect. I tend,
Super annoying.
I don't. I have my camera on in classes where I like talk with the teacher.
Yeah.
But then in classes where I'm just like when he's just like giving us notes and crap, it's like, all right, dude. Fend for
Yeah.
yourself.
That's pretty. I
For
follow.
yourself.
I
It's
do.
the wild man.
No handouts.
Yeah. It was pretty awkward. There was a bit of a mishap where like class started 10 minutes earlier than it was supposed to, and then it was like class started and they're like, oh, okay, actually we're starting in 10 minutes, go take a 10-minute break. And these 4 teachers that are kind of homies, I guess, and 3 of them and my theology teacher, this was also in theology, had a free period. 3 of them, the 3 who were not my theology teacher, had a free period, so they were kind of chatting each other up. And I had one of the teachers last year, and she was kind of chatting with the students a little bit. So I turned my camera on, and was talking to her a little bit, just
Yeah.
saying what's up, because it would be kind of weird. It wouldn't be super weird, but I just wanted to have
Yeah.
my camera on while I was talking to her. And then the conversation ended, and then I realized how awkward it is to be the only one with your camera on, because then I was just kind of like watching them converse and just like kind of sitting there.
Yeah.
And they could see me, which seemed like they don't need to
Oh.
see me while I'm just like, because I'm not contributing anything. I'm
Did-
just sitting here.
Wait,
And now
who-
I have to be paying attention to a thing that I
Did you just turn
that
your
I
camera off?
that I
then?
don't need to pay attention to. So then I just turned my camera off, and I kind of
Problem
realized
solved.
kind of realized all the benefits of having your camera off.
Wait, who was having a conversation? I missed
The
that.
teachers. George, that was super irresponsible.
I just took a little piece off the mic stand and I just rocketed across
Shot
our
with
table
high
here.
velocity.
Yeah.
Um, we have surpassed 50 minutes.
50?
50. Probably. I got a test tomorrow, so the school night.
Oh
guys.
wow, it is.
It's
It
a
is a
stats
school
test?
night. We're recording
It's
this
a
on
stats test.
Thursday.
When do you reject the null hypothesis?
Oh.
When the significance level, if it's less than it, then the p-value is less.
Then one.
Then.
Oh, sorry, yeah, less than.
Yeah. Boom.
We
Nailed it.
sort of learned
Nailed
that
it.
in biology, in
Yeah.
AP biology.
We're doing the same thing, but this is not a good podcast topic because I guess it's okay.
Because it's boring.
I don't like
Really
stats.
boring.
I'll be
That is
honest,
my
I don't
least
like
favorite
stats.
class.
Really?
Yeah,
I like
my
stats.
least favorite math class.
Well, did you like calc?
I didn't mind calc. I thought
I
calc was
hated
fun.
calc.
Calc is beautiful.
I thought calc was
No.
kind of fun.
Calc's
No.
not beautiful.
It was
it's
a little
ugly.
fun. I got a little
Calc's a bit-
LARPy with calc. I got a little
I
LARPy
take
with
calc next semester.
LARPy.
Respect. Good luck. Who do you have?
I don't
It's
know.
Danielson.
If it's Miss Airy, shoot your head off now and save yourself the trouble.
Heard that.
Wow.
Shoot your head clean off,
Yeah, I wouldn't
You
be
gotta-
taking any classes then.
Yeah,
Some
yeah.
tarps, make it easy.
Yeah.
Wow.
She'd
Yeah,
probably
I'll-
feel bad for you and give you a free A.
So boom, that's great for college. A in calc.
Colleges eat that up,
And A
man.
in calc. Oh my gosh.
Oh, what?
They'd
yeah.
eat that up.
Hardships such as blowing your own head off. That's kind of terrible.
That's horrible.
That's pretty. Oh God.
Yeah, that's on you, George. Gonna
Yeah.
Give that. Yeah.
No, I'll accept that burden. I'm not one for shirking burdens.
Okay.
Yeah, that was bad.
I'm a
That was
I'm a
good.
weight bearing monster.
Atlas. Guys, let me know if you shared this experience. Everybody kind of knew. Everybody kind of got down with the Greek gods in like 3rd and 4th grade.
Back in the day.
Everybody
Wait, I just
kind
had
of
a
knew
flashback.
Everybody kind of like
Knew them.
like I remember like the big three. I was saying this earlier, not on the podcast. The big three. Like everybody knew what the big three were. It's like Poseidon,
I don't know
Zeus,
what
and
the-
Hades.
Oh.
And that was like in the. Well, did you read Percy Jackson?
I think
No,
that-
I don't think so.
I think
Yeah.
that's what brought it into the forefront. Those books were sick.
Those books were sick.
Liked those.
I
But
never had Percy Jackson dreams. I had Harry Potter dreams. And I'm willing to admit it.
Did you
I-
read Harry Potter?
Yeah, I did.
Not
Did you
all
see
of it,
Harry
though.
Potter?
All of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Including book 7?
No, not book 7. I don't count that book.
all of it excluding the last one.
I felt like that went without saying. No, I did read all of it. Good series, better dreams.
Really? The
Yeah,
dreams
that
are
was
better than
freaking
the
sick
series.
to be able to cast spells.
J.K. Rowling can do nothing
Okay,
on my dreams.
I'm sorry, but like spells kind of suck.
Oh.
It's an inefficient way. It's
like
definitely an
bad
no,
take.
it's not
It's convoluted.
good.
Not a great take.
Okay,
I love spells.
The spells are kind of cool, but it's like they'd be like one of the worst superpowers.
Oh, for sure. If it had, you can dodge them first of all.
And like one of
Some
them's like
of them you can't dodge.
Yeah,
I
no.
think.
Like if
Avada Kedavra,
You can dodge Avada Kedavra, but can you dodge
Sorta makes it like-
Excrucio?
kind of powerless. It's just like you're just throwing crap at me.
like
Yeah,
I'll
but-
just
Well,
I
they,
just
they
have a
move
gun.
pretty quick. Yeah, you can dodge a gun.
Okay, but you can't.
Yeah, what?
No, you can't.
Yeah, but those
Like
move
it's
pretty fast.
you can
Have
dodge
seen
it
the
in that
films?
it's a physical moving thing, and maybe
Yeah.
like you can move in a way that
Ever seen
makes
The
the
Matrix?
person miss the shot.
well, yeah, but
Yeah.
not
But you can see that the spell was cast and then dodge it because it's coming at me.
yeah, but not
Yeah.
all spells are just like just things that
Yeah.
shoot like
In
at-
the
What about
movies-
Excrucio?
in the-
Excrucio.
Are
Also,
you talking
they-
about Harry
they don't
Potter
use a
or,
wide
like,
variety
of
Doctor
spells.
Strange.
They
'Cause,
really
like,
don't.
Oh, Ben's a Marvel buff.
Really?
Yeah, Doctor Strange. Tell me about it.
Well, I mean, like you're not gonna dodge his spell. Like that's just not.
Sure as hell not.
No.
He's
Not
one of the more
undodgeable.
He's one of the more powerful superheroes.
That's one badass dude trying to dodge his spell.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're gonna end in a
He's
world
a
of
doctor, right?
yeah,
He'll
Um,
inflict great pain on you and then heal you. It's a doctor's code.
yeah.
But like the Harry Potter spells are like, oh, you can fix your glasses. Oh, cool. Oh,
It
you
would make-
saved
no,
me
it's not as great-
$90.
Can't you also sometimes bring someone back to life?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah,
you?
I saw that in one
No,
of the movies.
that's
I
not
just
a-
remember
I don't
that
think so.
Harry
Yeah.
was dead, but then
Before-
Hagrid was carrying him and he was alive. And if that's
Well,
a
that's
spoiler,
like some Horcrux.
should have read it in 3rd grade.
What if we got any second graders listening?
It's
Turn
not-
this off
This is
right
not
now.
safe for 2nd graders.
This is safe
Bad
for
for your
3rd and
ears.
up.
Yeah.
I think Harry Potter spells would make everyday life really cool. They wouldn't really make combat.
Yeah.
Or like
I'm
like
s-
in general, you can fly.
Yeah. Wait,
George,
can
like-
you?
George, you wouldn't master the dark arts. Let's just. You wouldn't.
George, let's just get one thing
You'd
straight.
flunk out of that
You'd
class.
be hopeless at the dark
no,
arts.
No. Defense Against the Dark Arts professor is a revolving door. You do
Yeah.
not want that spot
That job is cursed.
at Hogwarts.
It definitely is.
Did they
If
like
we have
die?
any Defense Against the Dark Arts professors listening,
Send us an
let it-
email.
How do you guys feel about job security? You know,
Can't be good.
do
Okay,
you
Ben,
feel that
no,
you're
Ben's-
accepted by the administration, or did they just think, this guy's gonna be gone in a year?
Ben has to go basically.
Does he
now.
actually right
yeah,
now?
He
yeah.
does?
So we're gonna wrap this up. This was
Yeah.
episode 7.
Episode
of
seven.
a bit of everything. Hope you loved it. If you loved it, comment. Defense Against the Dark Arts is a revolving door on our Instagram.
No. How about this?
It's
Comment
so
this.
easy to
The
comment.
Defense Against the Dark Arts department
Is a revolving
is a
door.
revolving door.
Again, so easy to comment.
Even easier. The position of professor at Hogwarts teaching Defense Against the Dark Arts is a revolving door, metaphorically.
And
Comment
it's
that on our
true.
Instagram.
If you
It's so
comment
true.
something about Harry Potter, we'll know you listen.
Yeah.
No, we won't. I won't.
Oh, I'll tell you.
I'll be willfully ignorant if you comment something that's not that.
Now, this is my favorite part of the podcast, just rambling at
Oh,
the end.
loosey goosey. I actually do look forward to this part.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want right now. I'm
Guys,
not-
let me pitch
I'm
a
not
bit.
going
We got
to.
Diego Sandoval on the line, maybe.
Yeah, I could.
Wait, we
Maybe
do?
not.
No, we don't.
He sometimes,
Yeah,
no,
but
but
we
he
could.
listens to the. I'm saying like as a listener.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
What's
yeah.
up, Diego?
Sup?
Let me
Sup,
bounce
Diggs?
let me bounce an idea for a
You'll
bit
be our
off
next
of you.
episode.
Let me bounce an idea for a bit off of Diego.
With great haste.
You guys know that I was watching The Irishman. I'm not gonna get into that. You already
It's
know
good.
it.
That's so good.
Here's my bit. You guys know about Italian people, especially mobsters. They're like sociopathic and like vicious, but they're also like so gentle with their family, which is weird. So the bit is like this mobster like is at some family reunion and he gives grandma a kiss on the lips and then murders her the next day for like not she like didn't
Kiss him with enough respect or something.
yeah like she didn't
Wait,
didn't
he
frickin-
murders his grandma?
Yeah.
yeah
Well,
because
she
you just
disrespected his
don't do
honor.
that. You just don't do that.
No, but
It's
like,
disrespectful.
but they don't
There
murder
were
their
rules.
family members. They're like
No,
cold
that's-
and
it's
it's like
the-
it's just business, but
Okay,
family's
okay,
family.
okay.
That's true.
That's every mobster movie summed up in
Yeah.
like one. It's just business, but family's family. you
Yeah.
know?
No, okay. I don't think the bit has to be like perfectly. It just has to express this stereotype, you know?
Yeah, I think your other bit about how like, yeah, he'll murder people, but he loves his mama. That's
Yeah, I feel like the whole
That's
thing
more-
is like,
It's an evolution of that bit. It's
yeah.
not-
I think it's downhill.
Yeah,
I like
evolution.
Ashton. I like the grandma one.
or,
No, he kisses his grandma on the lips, like maybe a little too passionately, and then he murders her for like she didn't do it. It was 3 seconds, and then it was done. You know,
Oh, he murders her
It's
because the
incestuous.
kiss was not
3
good.
seconds, and then
mildly
it was done. You
incestuous.
know,
3 seconds feels too long.
Way too
not
long.
for an
Yeah,
Italian. Not for an Italian.
All right, that's it. That's offensive to
One.
Italians. I
well,
think.
yeah,
we-
or the thing is, it's
Three.
just like cousin Jimmy, and he's like,
Cousin
and then
Jimmy.
the head boss is like, you're lucky you're family, because he like messes up all the time.
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
so.
You're a screw up, but I love you.
Jimmy, why do you do this to me?
Jimmy, you know I love you. I can only give you so many chances, Jimmy.
Yeah, Italian people. Those are the frickin'.
Guys, after this,
Those are the easiest to
wa-
stereotype.
watch. I forgot what the video is called. I used to love this video of these infants talking in mobster voices.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
You
It
showed that to me when that was like a
It's by
freaking
it's
first
by
grade
the YouTube
classic.
channel. Yeah, it's a first grade classic. Brock Dubs.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like
yeah. I
it's like
remember that. That's a
baby.
throwback.
Baby,
you put the cat in the freezer
yeah.
or something like
you
that.
put Mr. Fluff in the freezer, something along those
Yeah,
lines.
yeah.
I
It-
do
It
remember
was
that.
pretty funny. So boom, that'll do it. We're almost exactly at an hour. Pretty awesome episode.
Count
Little-
yourself lucky that we went this long on a chill app.
It's Thursday afternoon.
It is
Thank you very
Thursday
much.
evening at 8:28 Pacific
And,
Standard Time.
And
That's the show.
have a lovely day,
Can
morning,
we get
night.
everybody say bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.